to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a team from the ACC, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Huskers will put total leather and will get started. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Iowa's offense will take the field first. Rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, it'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Off the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Back to pass, it's Harmon. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to run it. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what you're...
In the first drive, in for the pick. He's brought down. A short return, and the defense comes out on top of the pick. Offense changing the play. They'll start this drive with a pass. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
I love that play call. And quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's high. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. Off the play fake on first down. Good throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it. Got in the backfield, got the big play.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. A little screen to the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
The Cornhuskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive, and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year. Then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Direct snap. Slithers into space.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
To the air. It's high. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, what a move. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Rushes on him. Got his man on the right. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get by.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They're working that left side. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The Huskers will hustle to the line. Might be changing the route. Trying to pound it in. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Husker. Fit it in the window for the score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Wants to throw. It's Harmon. Got his man. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's cornered. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Can't make the grab. Back just missed him a little bit. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And is just inside that right upright. And that will extend their lead even further. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Leaves it with the running back. Shakes off the defender. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time, and you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Harmon. Setting up the screen. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. The Hawkeyes look to keep this drive humming. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got his man. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
That is no good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what?
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win first and second down. You set up third and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Cornhuskers will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Back to throw, it's Harmon. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. On first and 10 from the 38. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Glenn. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Hawkeyes in a good spot here with second and short. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yards. Breaks into the open. He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on first and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This whole place is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the back. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Huskers headed quickly to the line.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. And here comes the offense on second down. Snag in the middle. It's Owen. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Hands it off. Turning it on. Past the first down marker and still running. He's inside the 40. The 20. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Iowa.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Back to throw, it's high. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's what...
Nothing but green grass down the middle. A giant chunk of yardage picked up for him there down to the 24.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. He's got it. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. He's looking to throw. And to get rid of it quickly. And just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only 1st down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass on 2nd down. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Bringing it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Iowa has the ball back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Glenn. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Harmon. Takes the easy completion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Coffey. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Snags it on the right. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. The Huskers want to crank the tempo.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
That probably looked way better on the play sheet than it did on the field. The screen gets nothing.
Yeah, it didn't look good on the field, that's for dang sure. You know, you got to invite those guys up the field and kind of sell that you're going to throw the ball deep on a screen. They didn't sell it real well. Defense did not bite at all. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to go.
Looking to pass. It's high. Takes the easy one to the back. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Cornhuskers are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw it. Hauls it in.
And that throw was a bullet by the quarterback on that curl route in zone coverage. And how about the anticipation? He gets rid of this pass before his receiver is even turned around. I love it.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
And the Huskers trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. Trying to get rid of it. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up. You're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking downfield, it's high. Throws for the tight end. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Husker! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Quickly to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab on the left. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas And that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly that time.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. Well, Lil Red's probably turning into Big Red with pride right now with this performance he's turning in.
And, man, he is in his bag. He's running it. He's throwing it. This defense is like, habit, what? Which way do I go? Who's got the football? He is setting this defense on fire.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Going to the running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down, able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. He'll do it himself. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Hawkeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll go to the ground, and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. The Hawkeyes are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fakes the catch. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. And the Hawkeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here we go, sack. Running back searching for a hole.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Keep it on the ground. He breaks a tackle. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ears still? So there's a lot that goes into decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some speed. Into the end zone. Can't quite cross the frame to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
And you got to be careful on offense when you're dialing up the screens. You want to do them on obvious passing situations. When you're anticipating the D-ends really racing up the field, they didn't have it set up that time.
Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has the ball back on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent team.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today, they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph what...
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Timeout called here by the defense is the first one they've used this half. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. They'll finally... On him at the 3, a big throw catch and run on that one.
And I don't know how the offense was able to come up with that one, guys, but 4th and long, and they find a way. Everybody on defense had their eyes on the quarterback, but he was still able to just give his guy a chance.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. Let's go! Let's go! Give to the running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Huskers want to move quickly. To throw, it's Byrne. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to fire on 2nd down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a good
pass rush. Gets there. Gets home. Gets him down at the 23. Not a chance. Missed it. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns to 21. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship, and winning